If everyone will take their seat, we'll go ahead and get started. I am pleased to report that we have one of Dr. David Shakesnyder's Herstastic students in the house tonight to deliver the moment of reflection. So before tonight's meeting, Tony Burge, an 8th grade student at Harry Hurst Middle School, will lead us in a moment of reflection. Tony is currently on the Harry Hurst football team and is involved with the Big Cat Wrestling Club in Destrehan. Later this year, Tony is interested in joining the Hurst Robotics team. He is an avid reader and a good younger brother to his 3 older siblings. After the moment of reflection, board member Ellis Alexander will lead the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this Herstastic Day. We thank you for the people who give their time and energy to make our schools work. We ask that you bless our teachers and staff, strengthen them for the coming months for the work that must be done. We thank you for a good start to the school year. Father, I ask that you give the school board wisdom to make good choices that honor you and make our schools great. Father, thank you for the example that Jesus gave by giving his life because of his love for us. I ask that Christ's example of selflessness and service will be followed here tonight in the decisions that are made. Father, thank you for the school I attend, Hurst Middle School, the best middle school in the state of Louisiana. Amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Tony, thank you for that runnerific moment of reflection.
The check is in the mail. Oh, we know.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's board meeting. This meeting of the board for the St. Charles Parish Public Schools for Wednesday, August 17th is called to order. For the record, we have 7 board members in attendance. Mr. John Smith, the school board representative for District 5, is absent this evening. Also in attendance this evening, we have our superintendent, Dr. Ken Ortling, and Mrs. Shelley Babineau, who is the executive secretary for the board and superintendent. I'd also like to note that just recently, on July 1st, Dr. Ortling began his 6th year as the superintendent for St. Charles Parish Public Schools. Did I say 6th year? 4th year, I'm sorry. 4th year.
Well, we'll give him credit for the COVID.
Yeah.
That's right. That counted double.
Double time.
It felt like 6 years.
Yeah. It's felt like 30 years, I think, probably. But he recently began his 4th year, and we just wanted to, we're certainly thankful for his leadership, particularly with the challenges of the last 3 years. So, the first item on the agenda this evening is item 2.01, Board and Superintendent's Recognition.
Employees. Hahnville High School employee is the 2023 Louisiana State Teacher of the Year. Brittany Bonifans, a math teacher with 11 years of experience, received a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration from Northwestern State University, an MBA from Louisiana State University, a Master of Science in Exercise Science from the University of Louisiana Monroe, and a Master of Arts in Teaching Secondary Education from Northwestern State University. As Hahnville's track and field head coach, she inspires students both in the classroom and on the track. Please direct your attention to the screen to learn more about Ms. Bonifans.
I hope that my students take with them that I cared, that it wasn't lip service. I want them to know that if nobody else cared, I know Ms. Bonifants cared. My memory of being in a classroom was sit and get. Like, you sit down and the teacher goes over the notes. And occasionally you might play a game like a Jeopardy, and then you go back and you take the notes and you go home and you study, and that's what teaching is. In my mind, I have an idea of what the Teacher of the Year looks like. But I am like, oh, let's learn, oh, let's, I'm not like the type A, very organized, here's my lesson plan for the next 3 years. And so when they walked in and they're like, we're so happy you applied. You won, you deserve it, you've deserved it for years, we appreciate you. But to be acknowledged not only from students, but from your peers and from your administration, and for everybody to come together and say, you represent Hahnville. For me, that was huge. It affirmed that we appreciate what you're doing. You're doing the right things. I would like to see some of my students in college, going on, picking a career, going into being doctors and lawyers and nurses and all the fun things. I would like to see some of my students be teachers. I would like you to have enough good teachers along the way that you feel like I want to be to someone else what these teachers were to me.
Please join me in congratulating the 2023 Louisiana State Teacher of the Year, Brittany Bonifants. Harry Hurst Middle School employee is the 2023 Louisiana State Principal of the Year. Dr. David Scheck-Snyder Jr., an alumnus of Destrehan High School, began his career as a teacher and coach at R.K. Smith Middle School before serving as an assistant principal at J.B. Martin Middle and Destrehan High Schools prior to his appointment as principal of Harry Hurst Middle School in 2018. He obtained his bachelor's degree from Louisiana State University and his master's and doctorate from the University of New Orleans. Let's take a look at a clip from Dr. Scheck-Snyder's Principal of the Year video.
If I won the Powerball today, the only thing that would change for me would be the type of car that I drive to Hurst every day. You know, to be at this school, in this community, with these kids and these teachers has just been such a fulfilling experience. I hope that our students are proud to say that they're students at Harry Hurst Middle School. And I hope that they're better people in the future because they have passed through our halls. And when you think about some of the things we are doing here, it's really going to benefit them in their time beyond school, just as they grow up and become adults and members of society. The mindful moments, the growth mindset, those are things they're going to be able to use throughout their entire lives. Our first day back from Hurricane Ida, we had a faculty meeting and I asked the faculty who took a mindful moment on their own, unprompted, at some point during the last 7 weeks. And almost every single person raised their hands. So the things that we are equipping our students with and the things that we are doing for them during their time here is going to benefit them far beyond their years here, and I'm very proud of that. You know, I hope our students take from me that you can have fun while you're working hard. You know, I come here every day and I'm happy to be here. And we talk with kids and we want them to know you don't have to be perfect. We know you're going to make mistakes, but we want to help you grow through those things. And that's part of why we tell our students to be better than yesterday and everybody wears the band because it is about them growing here. And I hope they get that from me, that I don't expect them to be perfect. I just want them to come here every day and work hard and just try to do their best.
Please join me in congratulating the 2023 Louisiana State Principal of the Year, Dr. David Scheck-Snyder. school system employees are Shell Science Lab regional winners and received professional development support packages totaling $35,000. Here to present them to the board is Ms. Rochelle Touchard, Senior Corporate Relations Advisor for Shell's Chemicals and Products business.
Thank you, Regina. Thank you, President Suffren, Dr. Ortling, members of the board. It's a pleasure to be back once again to celebrate excellence. I think this is the 7th year running for this program. In Shell's ongoing efforts to provide more robust and innovative science education and lab experiences in our schools near our assets, we have once again partnered with the National School Teachers Association to award science lab curriculum, materials, and professional development to schools and science teachers that best demonstrated their ability to improve science achievement for students. We believe it is important to foster creativity through hands-on experiences, and these additional resources will enable students to develop a problem-solving mindset that will lead to energy solutions of the future. The regional winners will receive a Science School Lab Makeover Support Package valued at $10,000. That is appropriate for the elementary and middle school levels, and $15,000 for our high school level. The winning teachers now advance to the national phase of the competition, where they will have a chance to win an additional $5,000 for support to attend a future NSTA National Conference, where they will be honored during a special evening celebration. Tonight, I am honored to recognize the following schools and teachers for their outstanding performance. Luling Elementary School, teacher Tiffany Scott and Principal Carol Bowie Cotton. And Hahnville High School teacher Cecilia Gilliam, who's no stranger to receiving this award. I'm not sure if she's with us tonight, but if not, representing Assistant Principal Kendall George. And we also had a middle school winner, Christy Williams. I know that could not be with you tonight with us, so Regina said that she would be put on your September agenda. But I just, again, want to thank you for the opportunity for being here. And if I could just take this small little opportunity to thank some special people who, one, I've had an opportunity to work with when I was here with the school system and in my 10 years at Shell. Just want to recognize Ms. Bernard, Mr. Suffren, Mr. Savoy, and Mr. Robichaud. I'm sorry. That's it, Mr. Naki. I'm looking right at you too, Dennis. I'm sorry. It must be the smile. It must be the smile. I'm sorry. But really just for the legacy that you're gonna leave behind, and thank you for your ongoing, undying commitment, service, dedication. When I look around the room, right into the mission and beliefs, and I look above and excellence is worth the cost, and you have definitely lived up to that. So with children in the school system, on behalf of my kids, all the children, just want to thank you all for your service, okay?
Thank you. Certainly want to congratulate the recipients, those recognized here this evening. I know at the State Awards Gala on July 30th, St. Charles Parish, I think, owned the night with, with the overall State Teacher of the Year, the overall State Principal of the Year. Those awards go on to Ms. Bonifants and Dr. Shakespeare. So, it was a proud night for St. Charles Parish. So congratulations to you. Also, congratulations to the other employees who were the Shell Science Lab regional winners and received the professional development support packages. Congratulations to you. And thanks to Ms. Rochelle Touchard and Shell for your continuous support of St. Charles Parish Public Schools. Thank you. We're going to continue with the business portion of the meeting. If those that received recognition, if you'd like to stay for the meeting, you're certainly welcome to do so. But if you'd like to leave, this would be an opportune time for you to do that. Thank you for attending this evening. We'll move into the business portion of the meeting, beginning with item 3.01, minutes from the July 18th, 2022 committee meetings. The July 20th, 22 public hearing for the budget for fiscal year 2022-2023, and the July 20th, 22 regular board meeting.
Move approval of all the minutes.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Robichaux, second by Mr. Nakhan. Any discussion? Please cast your vote. That motion passes. Item 3.02 is a flood insurance renewal. The school board has purchased flood insurance on district-owned buildings since 2007, as required by FEMA in order to qualify for reimbursement in the event of a declared disaster. As part of the National Flood Insurance Program, St. Charles Parish Public Schools is underwritten by Wright National Flood Insurance Company through Riverlands Insurance Services. The district has 96 flood insurance policies, with 72 of them renewing in September. The Director of Risk Management and Benefits reviewed the upcoming renewal premiums and policy schedule. The remaining policies will be renewed as they become due. The district's property insurance policy also provides $10 million in excess flood and storm surge coverage. This agenda item was reviewed at the Risk Management and Insurance Committee meeting of the board on Monday, August 15, 2022, and is aligned with Goal C of the board's strategic action plan.
I move that we approve the renewal of flood insurance underwritten by Wright National Flood Insurance Company through Riverlands Insurance Services at a cost of $301,750.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Orquin, who's the chair of the Risk Management and Insurance Committee, seconded by Mr. Robichaux, who's also a member of that committee. Any discussion? Hearing none, please cast your vote. That motion passes. Item 3.03, proposal acceptance for debris monitoring services. The district's hurricane disaster preparedness and recovery plan includes a recommendation by FEMA to refine the manner in which emergency work is provided after a district declared emergency. Proposals for debris monitoring services enable the district to expedite the recovery of funds following the emergency. 2 proposals for debris monitoring services were received on Tuesday, August 9th, 2022. This agenda item was reviewed at the Capital Improvements Committee meeting of the board on Monday, August 15th, 2022, and is aligned with Goal D of the board's strategic action plan.
Mr. President, I move that we accept a proposal from Debris Tech LLC for debris monitoring services.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Nakhan, who is the chair of the Capital Improvements Committee, and seconded by Mr. Alexander, who is also a member of that committee. Any discussion? Please cast your vote. And that motion passes. Item 3.03, proposal acceptance. Item 3.04, proposal acceptance environmental monitoring services. The district's Hurricane Disaster Preparedness and Recovery Plan includes a recommendation by FEMA to refine the manner in which emergency work is provided after a district-declared emergency. Proposals for environmental monitoring services enable the district to expedite the recovery of funds following the emergency. 2 proposals for environmental monitoring services were received on Tuesday, August 9th, 2022. This agenda item was reviewed at the Capital Improvements Committee meeting of the board on Monday, August 15th, 2022, and is aligned with Goal D of the board's strategic action plan.
Mr. President, I move that we accept a proposal from Elos Environmental LLC for environmental monitoring services.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Nakhan, seconded by Mr. Alexander. Any discussion? Please cast your vote. That motion passes. Item 3.05, bid acceptance, Hanville Learning Center demolition project. The Hanville Learning Center property sustained significant damage due to Hurricane Ida. The cost to repair the property exceeds the amount of insurance proceeds that will be reimbursed to the district. Bids were received from 7 contractors on Tuesday, August 2nd, 2022. The lowest base bid was received from Insulation Technologies Incorporated in the amount of $236,900. According to the architect, the bid meets all requirements. Accepting the lowest base bid will allow the contractor to begin the project. This agenda item was reviewed at the Capital Improvements Committee meeting of the board on Monday, August 15th, 2022, and is aligned with Goal D of the board's strategic action plan.
Mr. President, I move that we accept the lowest bid submitted by Insulation Technologies Incorporated for the Hornville Learning Center demolition project at a cost of $236,900.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Nakhan, seconded by Mr. Alexander. Any discussion? Please cast your vote. That motion passes. Item 3.06, 2022-2023 Pupil Progression Plan. Revised statute section 17, paragraph 24G requires each local education agency in Louisiana to prepare and submit annual revisions to its pupil progression plan, incorporating any changes necessary by state and local requirements. Board approval is required before submitting the document to the Board of Elementary and Secondary Education. This item was presented at the Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment Committee meeting of the board on Monday, August 15th, 2022, and aligns with Goal A of the board's strategic action plan.
I move approval of the 2022-23 pupil progression plan.
Second.
We have a motion by Mrs. Bernard, who is the chair of the Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment Committee, and seconded by Mr. Oquan. Any discussion? Please cast your vote. That motion passes. Item 3.07, revisions to policy 3.6.4, purchasing and bidding for second reading and adoption. Based on feedback from the district's attorneys and a review of the newly numbered policy and procedure 3.6.4, purchasing and bidding, it was determined that certain revisions were required. This policy was reviewed and accepted for a first reading as the formerly numbered policy 5.74 at the meeting of the board on Wednesday, July 20th, 2022, and is aligned with Goal C of the board's strategic action plan.
I move that we accept the revisions to policy 3.6.4, purchasing and bidding for a second reading and adoption.
We have a motion by Mr. O'Quinn, seconded by Mr. Savoy. Any discussion? Please cast your vote. That motion passes. Item 3.08, personnel items. Staffing management is necessary to maintain effective functioning of St. Charles Parish Public Schools. The Human Resources Department provides a staffing update monthly to the board. This agenda item was reviewed at the Personnel and Policy Committee meeting of the board on Monday, August 15th, 2022, and is aligned with Goal B of the board's strategic action plan.
Mr. President, I move approval.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Mr. Savoy, who is the chair of the Personnel and Policy Committee, seconded by Mr. O'Quinn, who's also a member of that committee. Any discussion? Please cast your vote. And that motion passes. Item 3.09, Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire, Fiscal Year 2022. A statement of total disclosure must be provided to the auditors each time the St. Charles Parish School Board's financial reports are audited. This statement is provided by completion of the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire as a faithful discharge of the trust placed in the school board by the citizens of St. Charles Parish. A complete disclosure of the district's financial operations is mandated. By completing and improving the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire, the board unequivocally demonstrates integrity and openness in its reports and records. This agenda item was reviewed at the Finance and Audit Committee meeting of the board on Monday, August 15th, 2022, and is aligned with Goal C of the board's strategic action plan.
Mr. President, I move that we authorize the superintendent, the board president, and the chief financial officer to sign audit documents on behalf of the entire board.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Savoy, seconded by Mr. Narcan, both members of the Finance and Audit Committee. Any discussion? Please cast your vote. And that motion passes. Item 3.10, resolution for the issuance of $15 million of general obligation school bonds. As part of the process for issuing the general obligation series 2022 bonds, the school board is required to approve a resolution authorizing the incurring of debt in issuance of $15 million of general obligation school bonds, series 2022, of School District Number 1 of the Parish of St. Charles, State of Louisiana, and providing for other matters in connection therewith. This resolution was prepared by Foley and Judell, the district's bond attorneys. This agenda item was reviewed at the Finance and Audit Committee meeting of the board on Monday, August 15th, 2022, and is aligned with Goal C of the Board's Strategic Action Plan.
Mr. President, I move that we approve the resolution authorizing the issuance of $15 million of general obligation school bonds.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Nakhan, second by Mr. Savoy. Any discussion? Please cast your vote. And that motion passes. The final business item for the evening is item 3.11, accounts payable for the month of July 2022. Invoices and other financial obligations of the school district are customarily paid weekly. Requests for approval of these transactions is normally made to the board monthly. The board must approve expenditures of public funds under its jurisdiction. This agenda item was reviewed at the Finance and Audit Committee meeting of the board on Monday, August 15th, 2022, and is aligned with Goal C of the board's Strategic Action Plan.
Mr. President, I move we approve the accounts payable for the month of July 2022 for a total cost of $6,295,080.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Mr. Savoy, seconded by Mr. Nakhan. Any discussion? Please cast your vote. That motion passes. We'll now move into closing items, beginning with item 4.01, standing committee reports. The chair of any standing committee may present a report at this time.
Mr. President, the Capital Improvement Committee met this past Monday. There were 3 items on the agenda. Proposed acceptance for debris monitoring services, proposed acceptance for environmental monitoring services, and bid acceptance for the demolition of the Hornville Learning Center. All 3 of these items were reviewed and forwarded to tonight's board meeting and were approved.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander.
Mr. President, the Curriculum Instruction and Assessment Committee met on Monday, August the 15th. We had 4 items on our agenda. 3 were committee meeting only, those being the 2021-22 third grade through high school grade LEAP 2025 assessment results, the Satellite Center update, and the Luling Elementary Comprehensive Plan update. This evening we had 1 item that was brought before the board and approved earlier, and that was the 2022-23 Pupil Progression Plan. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mrs. Bernard. Your committee meeting on Monday was very informative with the reports that you mentioned.
Mr. President, the Risk Management Insurance Committee met on Monday night, and we had our monthly legal update from a couple of the in-house attorneys that represent the board. We also had a discussion about the insurance cycle, about different times that different insurances come about, which was committee meeting only. And we had a flood insurance renewal, which came to the board table tonight and was approved. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. O'Quinn.
Mr. President, the Personnel Committee met Monday night and discussed 1 item, which was 3.08, and the board dispensed with that item tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Savoy. And lastly, the Finance and Audit Committee met on Monday, August 15th, and the committee covered 4 items. 3 of those items were on the agenda this evening and were approved. Those items were the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire for fiscal year 2022, the resolution for the issuance of $15 million of general obligation school bonds, and accounts payable for the month of July 2022. The other item that the committee discussed was the process of evaluating proposals and statements of qualifications received through the RFP and RFQ process, and further discussion on this item will take place at a later date. That concludes our standing committee reports. We'll now move into our superintendent's report, item 4.02.
Thank you, Mr. President. After many months of preparation and anticipation, we successfully reopened our schools and welcomed our students and families to what will be an absolutely amazing year. Our theme this year is Expect Excellence. This means expecting excellence from ourselves and each other each and every day in our words and our actions. We believe in doing so will raise the quality of results we achieve, our system achieves, and ultimately our students achieve. We'll continue embracing our focus of continuous improvement and find opportunities for improvement in our work each day throughout the school year. I'd like to personally thank each and every employee our amazing employees who worked diligently this summer preparing for our opening. Please keep aware of any updates through your school's communication channels, including their website, social media outlets, newsletters, and Blackboard Connect messages. The Public Information Department was able to capture some special moments from the first days of school, and it was absolutely a phenomenal first few days of school and first week and a half, to be honest. Let's take a look at this year's video.
As we begin a new school year, there's so much to be excited about. There's incredible progress being made on our facilities after virtually every one of our buildings sustained damage from Hurricane Ida. When complete, our facilities will be even better than pre-Hurricane Ida condition. We are fully staffed for the start of school. Our most valuable assets are our human assets, our employees. The school board recently showed how important our employees are to our core business with a significant pay increase. Our employees are focused on one major goal: to meet the needs of every student every day. You and I, we are St. Charles Parish Public Schools. Welcome back.
It was a great feeling today to see everyone back as we started school on time and getting our buildings back in order. So after these past 2 years, we've been through a lot. This year, we can expect excellence. It was so enjoyable to see all our fresh young faces getting off the school bus and entering the school. An exciting day for St. Charles Parish Public Schools. And we look forward to having a great year. Welcome back.
Oh, I was very happy. You know, this will be my first day of school, but I was very excited and happy to see the welcoming attitude that our staff had for the students that they were going to be mentoring all year long. We're very excited to have you back, and we're wishing you all the success as you make your educational journey.
I would like to tell the employees, students, and everyone involved with St. Charles Parish Public Schools, it's an honor for me to be here to welcome you back. For this 22-23 school year, I'm excited, as I am every year, to see the athletes and the musicians, especially the marching band.
Welcome everyone, students, parents, teachers, coaches, paras, administrators, secretaries, custodians, bus drivers, and cafeteria workers. Welcome to the 2022-23 school year. It's going to be a fantastic year. And to one and all in our phenomenal district, I leave you with the words of renowned poet, author, and activist, Miss Maya Angelou. People may forget what you said, people may forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Let's let kindness be our guide throughout this year, for people around us are fighting battles we know nothing about. So let's take care of one another. And to our unbelievably wonderful teachers who encourage minds to think, hands to create, and hearts to love. Your good works will never be erased from the hearts and minds of your students, and you will forever remain in my heart and prayers. All right now, St. Charles Parish Public Schools, let's rock this year.
Welcome to a new school year. We're prepared for a remarkable year focused on our mission of providing every student high-quality educational opportunities that empower each to become enthusiastic, lifelong learners. This is the start of an exciting and optimistic year filled with new beginnings. Our motto this year is Expect Excellence, but it's really more than just a motto or an expectation. It's a mindset that'll transcend every level of our organization. We promise to model this unwavering commitment to excellence for our students and families in our actions and words. We'll expect excellence in all we do and say as we raise the quality of results students achieve socially, emotionally, and academically. With your continued support, understanding, and commitment, this school year is destined to be an excellent one. Welcome back! I'd like to thank the Public Information Department and specifically our videographer and producer, Mr. Mason Dolphin. Phenomenal job once again. And our phenomenal board members that were able to participate in that, thank you very much. And that concludes my report, Mr. President.
Thank you, Dr. Orling. We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. We stand adjourned.